Hello everyone, welcome back to another fun-filled video with the MTG signing into Stanley Parables, the Deluxe Edition. Yes. Please enter the current time. Yeah, it's 2:18. And hang on. Before we get started, can I just say something? Sure. Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you've booted up the game. Oh, well, you're welcome. A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock set at 12 and call it a day. But you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. That's how I know that you care about this experience. You're paying attention. I don't even have any way of knowing if the time you are setting are correct. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see this screen, set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whichever time you want. Even if it's not the correct time, you've earned it. Oh, thank you, I guess. Alright, I'll let you get back to the video game now. Interesting. Well, how nice of this game.
This is the story.
Yep. Quit the game and then start it again. Award for getting any of the other achievements as your first. Pretty sure I have like...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Wait, was it like... was 3-0?
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click
Yeah.
a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth?
Well, not
No,
really,
no,
but
no.
sometimes
I
achievements are
can't just
simple.
give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Alright, I feel it.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true
Okay.
effort for a noble cause.
I give
Perhaps
you
50
that.
clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly
50 clicks. I'm starting to understand this achievement now. It's very recognizable, very whimsical, very...
No,
Very logical.
I'm still not feeling
Oh,
it.
oh.
I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley.
All right,
I want to
see
see
where you're coming
commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
417. 428. 417. 417. 426. Right here.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
You got a good point. Okay, for a few clicks on 437. Yeah, totally worth it.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
415. 20. 415 over here. Yeah.
Now, back to door number 437.
Yeah, alright, I'm feeling it. Yep, okay, this is definitely worth the achievement. Yep, come on. 437?
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
Copy machine. Got it.
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, you know what? You got a good point. I don't know what it was for like 5 on...
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
Oh, really? I can do that here. I got this.
Yes! This is
All
great!
right.
You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
416. Few clicks on 416. Yeah, this
We've
is what.
almost got it!
Yeah.
Now the copy machine, do that one again!
Yeah. The copy machine gotta do it. Come on.
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430! Yes! We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today.
Yeah, that was
think,
good.
Only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks.
What a fool I
Really
was.
Now, what were you thinking?
Yeah, I was a total fool. Total ignorant idiot fool. What was I thinking? What? Just... I'm
When
disappointed in
Stanley came to a
myself
set of 2
for
open
thinking
doors. This was not
5
the
clicks
correct
on
way to
door
the meeting room, and Stanley knew
430
it perfectly
was
well.
all I needed.
Perhaps he
for
wanted
an
to stop
achievement.
by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Like, just starting the game to get an
Yes,
achievement.
Truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
What if I say no?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Eh?
Oh, well, look who's got cold feet. Sorry to break it to you, Stanley, but that lift isn't coming back. You'd best either get comfortable right here on this platform, or test your luck by jumping to the floor below. You know what? Looking at it now, it's not that far to the bottom floor. I bet you can make it. Come on. I'm sure you'll survive the jump. Don't tell me you're scared. That's not the...
Ooh, where am I? Ooh.
Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun from so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun from so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun from so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun from so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun from so far off the beaten path
Oh,
that
no.
it seemed the office had...
Ow. It's all just
You
a tape.
didn't think
Oh.
I was actually just a recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording? It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling. It must be so simple to be you. Life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do. Now I've become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
Hey. They didn't make a good game.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Maybe I have.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
No, I didn't. I'm
Perhaps
just
he
dumb.
wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Fuck you.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for... This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life.
Well, what if I
She's
don't
been
want to?
waiting.
I mean, I do miss my wife.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
I did put my faith in another. And then she starts to talk to another person by the name of Stanley that works in my office. How curious she gets the wrong phone number every single fucking time.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
I knew I was fucking a mannequin.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
Yes, I remember her. Her name was Sophia.
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
I'm just... No.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Kinky. All right. Narrator daddy, what you got for me? It was...
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
What? Did I die? Oh. Good morning, employee 427. Press I in your keyboard. I.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow.
Yes.
He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button
5
that he
seconds to be
pushes
this mannequin.
is a reminder of
Yes,
the
it takes me 5
inconsequential nature of his existence.
Press G. Did I get the G spot?
Look at him there, pushing buttons.
I'm bad at this
doing
joke.
exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button.
Oh.
Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
I press X. Goof. Okay, that's X. Okay.
But in his mind, in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From
Radically
behind his
to
desk,
Lollipop
Stanley dreamed
Island,
of wild expeditions
Sugarcane
into the
Forest.
unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands.
Yes.
It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Disappointingly, I know.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth.
Yes.
The thought excited him terribly.
Press Z to spend the time with the boys. Gotta spend some
So
time with the
he went
boys.
further.
And drink
He
further
imagined that he
down
came
my
to two
drain of
open doors
alcoholism.
and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Yes. And to prepare dinner, would you like to cook with me, darling?
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many
File
possible
cabinets.
paths and
At the file
destinations.
cabinets!
Down
No.
one path lay an enormous round
No.
room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Press press O to tell your kids a story. Once upon a time.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again,
Oh,
over
I
and
can't
over,
even get to the front
wishing
door.
beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Tell your wife you love her. Honey, look at me in the eyes. You're a mannequin, but I love you.
But there is no answer.
Oh,
How
shit.
could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer
least I
he
get a
spends
window.
here, the more invested he gets.
I like this office.
The
I get a
more
window.
he forgets which life is the real one.
Cue to go to sleep. Gotta sleep right next to my
And
babe.
I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Okay. Press G to be at work in the morning. I mean, I am a hard worker and I'm trying to get that raise.
You see?
Huh?
Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Press P to question nothing. I've lived a life worth living. I got a wife and kids. Nothing I need to question. Just press my buttons, get the paycheck, and get out.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley.
Ooh.
We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time.
Maybe.
And I tried again. And
Oh,
Stanley
please
pushed the
die.
button.
Well, fuck.
And I tried
Can you give me
again.
40 years?
And Stanley pushed the button. And I tried. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Playing solitaire. Good game. Good game. All right. All right.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yes.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nah, I'd rather not.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yes. Quite incredible.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
I could definitely
I'm
jump
not
down
sure
there, but I'd
really.
rather...
I realize that investing your trust in someone else
I
can be
wanted to see if I
difficult,
can
but the
unplug
fact
that
is that the
phone.
story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her,
Quite
Stanley.
interesting.
You need to be the one to do this, to reach out. Oh, no, you can't. Did you just unplug the phone?
Interestingly
That
enough,
wasn't
yes.
supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly?
Yes.
I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action.
Really?
How
But it
is
was
that
an
even
option that I could
possible?
do right there.
None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How
That's
did I not
spinning
notice it
around.
sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
I know, right? I mean, my favorite ending's the broom
Believe
closet
I was
ending.
so mistaken.
Fucking
This is
asshole.
why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. but if used incorrectly can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that
was a good
person is
math
not
equation
real.
to say fish.
Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
My goodness, isn't it 4:30?
Excellent.
I should be having
Making
crack!
choices on a regular basis is
Pure
the best to a
cocaine!
healthy decision-making.
Heroin.
Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Welcome
Crack.
back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Oh, you're gonna cheat, eh? Cheat, eh?
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
See, so you could have opened the door all this time, you asshole.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first.
Got a
I'm
good
quite
point.
sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
This makes L shape. Left. Left. It's left.
No!
Oh,
Why
oh,
did
shit.
you do that?
Oh,
Quickly,
shit.
hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
I made a mistake.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
fuck.
ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about
I'm
seeing the
done,
game
man.
undone?
I'm
Left here
sorry.
like so much garbage. It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do?
Oh, I
Even
can
if
get
there
on this
were a
one.
way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Whoa, 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 oh! It looks like back there was a staircase. I realized I went to the wall. Went up to the light. Oh. back here.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny?
Yeah.
You just had to see?
It was quite hilarious.
Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it.
I believe in America.
That thought hadn't even
My
occurred
freedoms,
to you,
my
had it?
rights.
That there's a world outside of you.
My choices are what I
You're
want.
a child.
And I'll die on my feet. My freedoms.
My story.
Go your story.
If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make... behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Hi. So, okay, if it's supposed to be L-shaped to the left, and that's supposed to be left, maybe I turn myself around, and, oh yeah, it's the L-shape, yeah, that's right. So it has to go this way.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back.
Oh.
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright, okay, I guess this is left then.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh!
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code. Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115.
Night Shark
spoke it into
115.
the receiver right there on the wall.
Night Shark 115. Not working. I'm trying, my man.
I'm sorry, is there a problem?
Yeah.
You didn't mishear me, did you?
I don't have a voice.
Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This
Night
is a
Shark
crucial
115.
step.
Not working, man. Shut up.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You... When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yo.
Stanley? Hello?
Oh.
Are you?
Yes,
is
I can hear.
Okay. Stanley, please.
Might
I need you
I
to
did
make
it
a
right?
choice.
Oh.
I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me?
So wait, is this the actual ending?
Stanley, this is
Like you break
important.
all the rules.
The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice.
I mean, to be
All right?
yeah, Leroy.
I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do.
So,
Take as much time as you need.
so technically, this is torture on the narrator's behalf because he's technically been torturing this guy for fucking years, and then this guy just goes like, "I don't want more." All right, I guess there is, I think, another batch, 2 batches. It's like 2 routes, yeah. Like 2 routes before I think we open up some new stuff. So this is the AMTG signing out of Stanley Parable Part 3.
AMTG, you're a star no matter where we are.